Okay, good day everyone. My name is Emmanuel, um, an Android dev, um, and a computer science student. So, uh, I was the one that was supposed to take the Android session on the online meetup, the first online meetup we had, but due to some technical issues, it couldn't hold. So, this is a follow-up video of what was supposed to be done that day. So that day we were supposed to look at Firebase. At this point, I believe we all know what Firebase is. We completed a project on Firebase before we moved to this stage of the program. So I won't go back to what Firebase is. So we're going to do something a bit different today. We're going to look at how to implement custom authentication with Firebase using email and password. In the first program we did, you had to qualify for this program. What we did was we used Firebase UI, where the UI has been provided for us. But today we are going to create our own UI and then link it up with Firebase. And then we're also going to look at Firestore. We didn't get to look at Firestore. We use real-time database in the other project. So we are going to look at Firestore in this project. Without much delay, let's get started. So first of all, go to this repo here, github.com/devchat. So I already have some starter code. Basically UI. Then we're going to the UI already made for us. So you click on clone, copy this link. You can click on this place to copy, or you click on it and Control C, or Command C, depending on what PC you're using. Come here, check out project from version control. Now paste the link you copied here. Now paste the link here. You click on clone. Yes. Now, if you get this invalid VCS mapping, click on configure. You can either ignore it or you can fix it. If you want to fix it, you click on configure, brings up this window. And you just click on this one here, the one that is flagged red. Click on this, click on location. That should go away. So you wait for a project to build. Okay, after actually building. Now let's quickly run this to see what's before that, okay, let's just run it to see the app will be building. Wait for it to build. The tax is running. So while we wait for this to build, let's just go and take a look. So let's take a look at our Firebase console. Now, first and foremost, you have to log in to Firebase. If you've not logged in, go to firebase.com. Now, if you've not logged in, it's going to ask you to log in. After you finish logging, you can click on go to console. It take you to your Firebase console. So our app is still building. Okay. So this is the Firebase console. I have a couple of apps here too. So, two things: clone the repo and log into your Firebase. Now, and run the app. So, in the repo, I have two branches: a master branch and a starter code branch. So, first of all, I'll show you that. Now, let's see what the app looks like. This is the app. See, it's just simple chat room where you log in and send messages. See, so nothing much. Okay. That being said, you can stop the program now. See here, click on this place. Click on starter code. Click on checkout as. Click OK. It's going to, if it shows this, you'll do the first checkout. So this place should show starter code. See here. Make sure your unit is not on master. Make sure it's showing starter code. Can run the starter code to see. Right now, all we have is just the basic UI. No, not much. I believe we can all do UI, so I didn't want to waste any of our time. Now let's look at the project structure. It has a couple of activities. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 activities. Look at the manifest. See our main activity. The first one is the launcher activity. So let's take a look at our main activity. So basically UI, like I said, there's nothing here. All right. Wait for it to run. I just want it to run, so I'll show you guys what it looks like. And then we can start adding our Firebase and setting up our sign up and sign in screens. Yeah, one more thing. Still, like you guys saw, if I make any mistake or any mistake at all, feel free to send me a message. So I'm going to paste my email on the screen. Send me a message at here. Use my email. If I make any mistake or anything that you know a better way to do anything, please feel free to send me a message and email. Okay. So this is the app you have seen. This is what it looks like. Menu bar with edit profile and logout. Nothing happens. Text view and a floating action button. So nothing much. We have placeholder for our profile image too. And this is our profile page. So there's nothing much here. Alright, let's get started. You can stop the program now. First things first, click on tools. I believe we all know how to do this. Click on Firebase. We're about to add Firebase to this project now. Click on tools, click on Firebase. So, like I said, we're doing authentication, and then cloud Firestore. This Firestore here. So first of all, let's do authentication and then we'll do Firestore. Click on authentication. Click on email and password authentication. Connect to Firebase. Click on this. Could not pass the application. No, could not pass the Android application. Modules config. So, if you get any error at all, and you have no idea what it's talking about, don't freak out. I tried to make this video as real life as possible, so that we'll see how everything is done. There's no magic. Anything you don't know, feel free to ask questions. Chances are someone has encountered the error and found the solution before you. So, but we're getting cannot connect Firebase. We tried to connect and gave us this error. Now it says resolve gradual build issue and or resync. So it's asking us to resync. So let's resync. Click on file, sync project with gradual files. So let's see if it will fix our issue. That's for it. Okay, let's finish syncing. Let's try and connect. Okay, it's working now. See, there's no magic. You just calm down, follow the instructions. If at the end you can't find solution, just go to your browser and do a Google search. Do a Google search, chances are you get the answer. If after Google search you still don't get the answer, reach out to experienced devs. That's how it's done. Now we are trying to connect to Firebase. Should remember we did tools, Firebase, brought up user assistant, and then we clicked on authentication, email and password, brought out the screen, and then click on connect to Firebase. Wait for it. Okay. Create new Firebase project. You click on connect to Firebase. Now, if you've not signed in before, it's going to tell you to sign in. All you need to do is sign in to your browser. Sorry, to bring you back here. Select your country, click on connect, connecting to Firebase. Wait for it to finish. Wait for it. Like I said, remember your project, it should be on the starter code branch. If you do it on the master branch, it will fail because the master branch is a finished version of this app. Everything is working. I connected Firebase, built everything, and then created a new branch, and then deleted everything Firebase. So remember, okay. Now it has finished. See, it's good. It's just turned green. Scroll up. Sorry. Now add Firebase authentication to your app. Click on this. Now it's going to add a couple of files to our project. It's going to add this to our project level build.gradle file and add this and this to our app level build.gradle file. Click on accept. So it's added them and it's syncing our project now. If you go to our Gradle files, you will see the changes. So it's added this and to our project level Gradle file and also added a couple to our app level Gradle file. It's right. So it will add and then sync projects for you. So if you go back to your console and do a refresh, you refresh this, you're going to see the project it created for you. Remember when you clicked on connect to Firebase, it goes to your Firebase console and creates a new project for you. So if you go back to your console and refresh the page, you should see the new project here. What's our project name? Dev. Yeah, this was my project is here. Click on it to take you to the project page. I believe we should all be familiar with this page by now. So, voila. Okay, that's finished. Our project has finished building. Okay, dependency is set up correctly. Now, first things first, we declare the instance of Firebase auth. So you copy this, paste here. Don't worry, feel free to copy now. With time, you remember most of the syntax and then you have to copy again. So if you copy, it's going to flag an error. You just need to import it. Press Option or Alt if you're using a Windows and enter to auto import it for you. If you look here, you see it has imported Firebase stuff for us. Where is it? Okay, here. See, has imported Firebase auth for us. Now you instantiate it using the get instance method. You come to your, I like to do it in my main, my create. So instantiate it here, and then you on start. You know, when I ran the app, this was the main activity. If you run the app, this activity is the first thing that opens, and also this activity is where we see our messages. Let me show you. Let's go to the XML file. So I'll show you what I mean. Go to activity name.xml. Now, this activity, okay, this is the main activity, and it's also our message activity. Click on the content layout. It has a recycler view where all our messages are shown. Now, on the bottom, you see the floating action bar by the side, and the text, edit text for the message. Let me run it, so I'll show you what I mean. Wait for it. I'm running the app, so I'll show you what I mean. You can also view it through your Android and monitor. You see, the main activity is our launcher activity. It's the first activity you see, and also it's the activity where all the messages are displayed. So, which means if you open your app and the user is not logged in, you shouldn't be able to send a message. You should take the user to a place where they either sign up or log in. So, how do we check if a user is logged in or not? See, if you look here, it's going to tell you when initializing your activity, check to see if the user is currently signed in. So just copy this. It's an onStart method. I believe you know what onStart is. You paste it. I like to paste it immediately after my create. So check if user is signed in, and then update the UI accordingly. I don't have an update UI method, so I'll just delete this. Now you also import. Anytime it flags, so just Alt Enter or Option Enter, depending on your operating system, to import. Now, remember with this mauth, it's our Firebase auth class. We instantiated it with the get instant method. Now, the mauth has a method get current user. That's what we are calling here, and we're saving it in this current user variable. Now, we just need to check if current user equal to null. If the current user is null, means no user is signed in, right? Else, we want to fetch our messages, right? Yeah. So let's create this method. Let's copy it, take it down. Let's put it here. So we'll get back to this method. So back to our start here. If a user is not logged in, what do we want to do? We want to take them to the sign-in page, right? And then close this page. So how do you do that? You create an intent. Still know how to create an intent. Takes the context and the class, the activity we're going to. So the context here can be this, referring to our main activity, and then the sign-in activity dot class. Now, after our create intent, we just call the start activity method, right? Then we finish this current activity, so that if we don't finish it, if a user is in the sign-in activity and presses the back button, they will be brought back here. We don't want that. We want to finish this activity. Now, if the user is in the sign-in activity and presses the back button, the app will exit. So let's run this and see. It's installing. Let's open our emulator. Okay, our app is getting terminated. Like I said, errors is part of app development. If you're not getting any error, it means something is wrong somewhere. That's gospel truth. So expect error, anticipate it every single time you run your app. Have in the back of mind that your app might not run. Just have that mentality. Expect to see an error every single time you run your app. Now, seeing an error and fixing it is sorry. Let's go to our local. Seeing an error and fixing it is how you make progress. Okay, let's try again now. While looking at our logcat, might get a hint of what went wrong, why our app is crashing. Okay. So this is why our app is crashing. No virtual method set token or a superclass. Um, this is strange. Like I said, I try to make this video as realistic as possible. This is how at least how I know beginners do it. Maybe not how experienced devs do it. Maybe they do some magic, I don't know. But most devs I've seen, this is how they do it. Not that I know in that. So honestly, I don't know what this error is. So I'm going to try a couple of things. First of all, I'm going to uninstall the app. Let's uninstall the old version and see if it will work. I think it's try again. Still not working. I might be wrong. Strange. Sorry, bear with me. I'm trying to run the app so we can see what's happening. And this is another. So, when installing the app didn't work, right? Now I have to Google. So, uh, let's copy this and see if we get why we get this error. Okay. Most times the first search result is usually an article on um, Stack Overflow. So just go there and see. Oh, look for look for the answer with this check. Okay, this I think we didn't. Let me see. I think we're using yeah. That reminds me. I remember now. We the this this Firebase assistant we use gave us an old version of Firebase Auth. You see, version 16 points. I remember now. I encountered that error. I just wanted you to see how it's done. Not really sure, but you get the point. So this the version is 16 point is an old version of the Firebase Auth. Even the 17 point we copy is an old version. So let's just get the latest version from Firebase. To come here, Firebase, add Firebase to Android, add Firebase dependencies. See, something that I encountered earlier, I've already forgotten. And this is normal because of your Android carrier. Expect errors, just anticipate it. If you get into a mindset of expecting errors, nothing will throw you off balance. I'm looking for Firebase Auth. Okay, I think in our getting started guide, there's okay, yeah, here is the latest version. You just put it here, sync. It should work now. So I think this one gave us a different version. I think we should just close it and then use the one from our Firebase console here. Let's just follow this guide. So wait for the project to sync. That's finished syncing, right? Yeah. So let's rerun and see if we are lucky. If we fix the error, gradual build running. Wait for it. Fingers crossed. Hopefully we'll solve the error. Um, hopefully, but most times when you're debugging a program, you're actually not looking to solve the error. At least getting a different error message is significant progress. So I'm expecting one of two things: either we'll solve the error or we'll get a different error message, and that shows progress. So it's okay. Okay, still didn't. Oh, I thought it didn't. I thought it crashed again. Uh, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, see our login screen is showing, meaning our program got to the main activity and then checked. And when it found out there was no user, it took us a login. And to be sure, let's just log this in the console and see the log. Yeah, copy the tag and if the user is signed in. Okay, let's stop our app and run and see what we get in the console. The lockout. So we should get either a user is already signed in or no user is going to sign in. Now, if we get this, if we get this, the app should take us to our sign in activity so we can sign in, right? Okay, the app is running. Now let's inspect our. Now, if you can't find what you're looking for, there's a couple of ways to track it down. First of all, our log level is D, which means debug. You can go to debug. Now, if you still don't see it, you can now search using your class name or the name of the tag. Now, this get simple class name gives us, okay, let me not do that now. Gives us, let me just not do this now. Gives us a name with this our class name. So if I search main activity, I should see, you see, yeah, you take your package name and then main activity because we did get simple class name here. That's why you do this so that you can search with the name of the activity. But you can give it a custom tag name. It's just a string. You can give it any name you like. Now, no user is currently signed in. It means the app should now take us to the sign-in activity. So that's here. Now let's go to the sign-in activity here. Here, see, still be just UI. Let's go to the XML. See. So my Android Studio is having issues. See, it's still showing me. Oh, finally, it works now. So just UI. We have two edit text, two text input layouts, and a login. Oh, sorry. And a progress indicator, and then another button. This is a button, but we gave it a style of borderless. That's why it's showing like this. This button should take us to the sign up activity. So let's try to sign in. Let's try to sign in. Okay. Wow, why is nothing happening? Remember I told you that this is just UI. We've not implemented a logic. So let's implement a logic and try again. In the create we instantiated the text and the input layouts. And then we added an on-click listener to this button. Now when the button is clicked, it gets the inputs, validates them, and then so this is just basic input validation. For example, if I give it a password that is not up to 6, it's going to show me an error. If I give it an invalid email, it's also going to show me an error. Android has a couple of utility methods. This one is checking if the email text field is empty or if it matches. It uses a custom matcher inside. Let's take a look. Okay, it's hidden, and same thing with the password. So Firebase requires that the password is greater than 6. So if someone inputs a password that is less than 6, it should just give us an error. So that's for this. Now, if everything here passes, we now call this login method. Currently, the method is empty. Let's go back to our Firebase console. Okay, we are looking for login. Here, copy all of this, paste here. This mauth is red because we remember we only did it in our main activity, not in our sign activity. So come to the main activity, copy this, paste here. Okay, auto import, copy this, paste here, let's paste it here. Okay, let's just import. Click on these ones with red and press Alt Enter. It's going to import the needed classes. Alt Enter. Just keep pressing Alt Enter. Okay, that should be all. I don't have an update UI method, so let's just delete that. Now, so when the login button is clicked, we get our text from our edit text, email and password. We validate them and then pass them to this login method, which now does the login for us. So let's try again. Let's rerun the app. Okay, said we should install the app. Let's install. Okay, let's try to log in. Nothing is happening. Why? Let's look at our login method. If the tap is successful, we log user sign in successful. If not, we log this. So let's check. Remember, let's search with our sign activity tag name. So see, sign in failure. Look at the error. The given sign in provider is disabled for this project. Enable it in the Firebase console under the sign in tab. Now, before you use any sign-in method, email and password, phone number on Google, you need to enable it in the Firebase console. You go to your console, Go to authentication, sign in methods, email and password is what we are using. Click on enable, save. So now that is enabled, let's try again. Okay, gives under error. Sign in failure. The user, there's no user record corresponding to this identifier. See, error message has changed. Now it's telling us the user is no user with this email and password, which means we need to sign up first, right? Yes. We've not created an account or trying to sign in. Who does that? So let's create an account. How do we create an account? On our UI, we have a button that is supposed to take us to our sign up page. This button right here. And we cut it here. We go with our click this now. Okay, it's an intent and takes us to the sign up page. Oh, sorry. Now we click on don't have an account, sign up. So this is our sign up page. Let's go to our sign up page and see what is there. This is our sign up page. Let's view the XML. 3 edit text, and then a button. So just like our sign in, we need to also set up the sign up. This is the unclick this now for the sign up button. We get our email password this from the text views. We validate them and then call our sign up method. Currently our sign up method is empty. So let's copy and paste again. Sign up. Okay, yeah. And then okay. Alt enter. Alt enter. Sorry. Remember how to create a toast. You pass in a context and then the message and the length. Now, if we can't use this here because we are inside another class. Remember, this is an anonymous class. New, this is a class. This from this new is an anonymous class. We are passing to this uncomplete listener. So this is referring to this anonymous class, but we want to refer to this of this. So we have to explicitly call the sign up activity of this. That's what I did. That's what I also did here. In case we are confused why I was doing that. Okay. So we pass in our email and password and create an account. If after creating an account, what do we want? Right? Now we want to go back to our main activity. Right? Yes. So we create an intent. If everything was successful, we just create a new intent. Finish. Sorry. I do cut in a lot, so I tend to forget to put my columns, my semicolons. Also, remember to also add this here. This is for sign up. If sign up successful, want to go, and also if sign in is successful, want to go to our main activity too. Okay, okay, let's rerun. Restore. So if you make any major changes, you have to reinstall the app. Okay, let's try to sign up and see if it will work. Click account. What happened? No, let's check. The account was created successfully, but brought us back to this page. Why? Let's inspect and see. So we okay, see the mistake was for me. I created an intent and then I called finish instead of calling start activity before calling finish. So you just close the activity. So that's on me. Sorry about that. Also remember to put it here. Now let's restart our app. If your Android Studio looks strange, if my Android Studio looks strange or different from yours, um, means we are using different versions of Android Studio. So my own is 3.5. Just update your own. Uh, Came out last month. The old Android Studio had they changed the buttons. The old one had a Thunderbolt button here and a play button here. Okay, you see, this is our main activity now. It's showing. Before it used to take us to our. Okay, you know what? Let me uninstall the app and do a clean install. The sign up was successful, but we were not taken to a main activity because I forgot to call to the activity. So let's just uninstall the app and then try again. Okay, let's try again. So if you uninstall an app, even if the user was previously signed in, it's going to kick the user out of the app. It's going to clear all the data and then if you uninstall it, and once you reinstall it, it's going to give you a fresh. Okay, so let's try the sign up again. Use the test user. Wait for it. Perfect, right? So you created an account and took us to our main activity. Okay, a couple of things. Now, we don't just want to come to this activity if a user creates an account. Because before in a chat app, you need a username. If I send a message, I need to see. If I send a message, I need to send. Someone needs to know it's me. If I see a message, I need to know who it's for. So we also need to do a couple of things before we can send messages. Now, if you check the remember, I added a log a log for when signing in. Okay, this. So let's see if this was printed. See, the user is already signed in. This one here. So our signing was successful. Now, after signing in, we want to do a couple of things before we can start receiving message. We want to make sure this user has a username set. How do you do that? The Firebase user, this class has a couple of methods. Get UID, get provider ID, is anonymous. This one is for anonymous signing. Now, also has get user info. This has get profile, get email, get display name. So I want to check if this get display name is empty. This class comes with Firebase. It is the class we are getting whenever we do Firebase object current user. We want to check if this current user has a name. So get display name. Now I want to see if when you're doing anything Java, always remember to check for no to avoid null pointer exceptions. So if display name is null or is empty, it means the user has not set their name before. We have to take them to their profile setup page. It means they don't have a profile yet. So they need to create a profile before they can use our app. Right? Yes. So I also have a profile setup activity here. Let's look at the XML. This is what it looks like. Nothing, no big deal, just a display name and a profile image. So, sorry about that. So, you have to take them to this activity so that they can set up their profile and then before they can use our app. Okay, hit an event. So here we can use this because we are not inside any anonymous class. Start activity. So if a user is signed in but they don't have a profile image, a display name set, we need to tell them to go and set the display name because we need your display name. You're in a chat app, so we need your display name. Oga, we need your display name. Right. Let's run the app again. See if it will work. So as long as they don't have a profile display name set, they will not be able to do anything here. Okay. App is running. App is running. App is running. App is running. Perfect. See? So two things just happened now. The main activity opened and then it checked if a user is already signed in, but okay, let's add another log statement here so you understand what I'm saying. So let's shoot on again. So you should see this on the log. See, sorry, this user which means they don't have a display name, which means they need to set a display name. So let's quickly set up the profile setup activity. This one is just like the other ones. I already have the UI set up and everything. Um, I also added the image thing here. I used a library, a handy library. So what's the name again? I used two libraries, one for the circular image view and then this one for the image picker. You can look it up on GitHub. Let's just close everything here and focus on. So I click on any of these tabs, you can close all the activity. See here, you can close others, every other thing except for this. You can close the unmodified tab. You can close the ones to your right and the ones to your left. If I want to close all, then I will open my profile setup activity. So this, let's take a look at the XML. Now this is the XML. There's a button here, save changes. This save changes button, I I already I don't know clicking to it here. So when we click it, we want to get this and then upload an image, get display name and set it to our Firebase user account. How do you do that? First things first, we get the we check if a display name is set. So the ID of the display name is display name. I already set it up here. See. So now we check if, let's use this text use method. This I didn't create this. This is coming from Android. It's coming from Android.text, so you can call it from anywhere. Now it means they didn't type anything. Want to tell them, nah, you can't go anywhere till you put a display name. Just show them a simple toast. So give it a context. Now, if I remember what I told you about this, click listener is an inner class. If I do this here, it's going to flag me. Oh, work this time. But just to be careful, whenever you're inside a quick listener, just always do this. Use the reference it explicitly by calling the name of the activity and then putting this there. Then give it what's it called? A duration. I want to give it a long duration. Now we don't want user to continue at this point. We want them to go out of the app. You can either do a return here or you can add an else statement. I don't like adding else statements. What I mean is either you break out of the function here, or you can come here and do an else, depending on whichever I prefer. Personally, I don't like putting else unless I need to. Now, remember your tools. You need to end your tools with the show. Let's refresh. Let's see. I'll try to create. Okay. Let's try to save without putting a name. It's going to give us our post. See, please enter a display name. You see it. Please enter a display name. It means there's no display name. So let's do the name and then I'll do the. Let's do the name. There's still time. We'll come back and do the profile picture. But let's just finish on that. There's still time. We'll come back with my picture. So if a display name is set, what do we want to do? We want to add them. We want to add them to our Firebase user. So instead, I'm not going to type out. It's going to look like magic. So let's just go to Firebase console and see. See how I'm putting Android at the end of everything, because Firebase supports multiple platforms. I also want to be specific with what I'm looking for. So manage users. Now I want to update that user, that current user we are getting from Firebase Hot. So how do you update it? How do you update it? How do you update it? Okay, update user's profile. Here, see? Just copy everything here. Paste here and import. So we set the display name to our own display name. Like I said, we're going to leave this image for now. We'll come back to the image later if there's still time. We already did image in the first project now, so I believe you all know how to upload an image to Firebase using Firebase storage. That's why I'm skipping it for now. We'll come back to it if we finish, after we finish everything. So this is how you get the Firebase user and create a profile update request. Set display name, and then it uses the builder notation. If you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. It just means there is a builder method where you can append things. Now, after everything, you call update profile on this user here. Now, if the task was successful, we want to go back to our main activity. So, remember how we got here? We checked if the display name, user has a display name. If they don't, we take them here. But we didn't finish this activity, which means this activity is still in the background. It's still, but if I just stacked on top of it. So if we finish this activity, it's going to take us back here. Can just show a toast. Now we can just finish this. Else, if something went wrong, you can just do a something went wrong error. Whenever you see this, there's this. I don't know if you've seen this particular line on Android Studio. It's just try as much as possible so your code shouldn't cross this line. Whenever it gets to this line, just take it down. Just try as much as possible to keep your code within this line. This line here. I don't know if you've seen it. So the line just tells you where, for visibility's sake, your code shouldn't exceed that line. So I think that should be all. Let's run our app and see if our profile gets updated. So we do just put your name, then do a save changes. It's going to give you a toast changes save. Profile updated. See? Now it takes us now it takes us back to our main activity. It means everything went well. It takes us back here. So let's add another toast here. Once you get to this point, it means everything is okay. We can start sending messages and receive messages. And at this point, we jump onto Firestore. See, we are all set, right? Yeah. Before we get to Firestore, let's do one last thing. Let's do logouts. Let's implement the logout. It's just a menu. If you go here, see it. Just a menu. It has an ID action logout. This one has an ID action edit. So remember how to inflate menu. Do a you can either do a switch or if the menu is small, you can do if. Okay, I think I've forgotten how to do this. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Here, I've already done it. This is on create option menu. It's supposed to be in an option item selected. Sorry about that. So you get the ID. If the ID is action edit, I want to go to the edit page. If the ID is action logout, I want to log out. So let's go to the edit page. Now, if I want to log out, how do you log out? Let's go back to our Firebase to see how you log out. Sign in the user. Yeah, logout is down here. Let's copy this. Now, if I log out, I want to go to the login page, right? I just create an new intent. And now I want to finish this activity. So let's run and see if it will work. Let's edit first and see. What's happening? Remember I have a knack for forgetting how to call start activity, right? Yeah, that's what's happening. I will create an intent and leave it like that. Like, who does that? The profile, and then let's log out. Perfect. So try to go back. It's going to exit out of the app because we finished the main activity. So at this point, we have completed everything about signing with custom implementation of our email and password. Sign with. Let's sign in again. The test at gmail.com. Perfect, right? If you look at our log, everything works. You're all good to go. Now you can move forward. You can start sending messages. So Firestore. Firestore is not like real-time database. Go back to your, let's go to your documentation so you see what Firestore is. Oh, introduction. Sorry. So what is Firestore? Feel free to watch this few minute video. It's going to give an explanation of what Firestore is. It's also in NoSQL like a real-time database, but it stores its documents in a different format. Why real-time database uses a JSON, just it's basically a JSON dump. Firestore uses a collection document format. Now I'll explain what that is. Let's quickly add it to our project. And get started. Sorry. Get started. So first things first, we have to go to our Firebase console and then activate the Firestore. Here, come to database here. This time around, we won't be using real-time database, using Firestore. So we won't be using real-time database, we'll be using Cloud Firestore. Click here, create. So let's start in test mode. Your rules are the same with real-time database. So you can go back to that video if you've forgotten how to do the Firebase rule thing, where you prevent access to your database. Okay, so this is how it looks. Like I said, Firestore stores data in collection document collection. So what I mean by collection is a collection of documents. No pun intended. Um, so you have cars. You can have a collection of cars, and then individual documents will be different cars. You can have truck, you can have buses, and so forth. So create a collection. Give it, let's say, cars. Now you can now create documents. If you leave it blank, it's going to be auto generated. You can see buses. I don't know if that's Spanish correction. Now, you can do buses, and then add fields. Now, this is the name of the bus. Then this is the value. This is the name of the field. This is the value. So, I think let's just do it for me so you see how data is structured. So first things first, we'll write to the database and then we'll read. So how do you write to the database? You go back here, write, add and manage data, add data. So take your time to read through this. You're going to learn a lot by reading through the documentation. I'm just going to show you the bare basic, just scratch the surface. If you're using Java or Kotlin, you can directly write a document. Under the hood, it does the serialization and deserialization of the document for us. So, how to add to a collection? Just copy this. Let's create another method. Yeah, remember we created this model message object. have to create an instance of you as the DB. Android. Skipped this step. Sorry about that. To start, after enabling it in your listing, you come back here and finish to the end. You add this to your Gradle. Now, after adding sync, create an instance of the DB. And you can now write the documents inside. And this is how to read. Well, let's write first and then read. So that is syncing. Wait for it to finish. Alright. So I want to create a collection called messages and then add, and let's do it dot set. Like I said, you can add our Java update directly. So we do the dot add and then add them a complete listener. Down to before I can type. Right? What do we call this method? We want to call it after we press on the send button. So where exactly is that? Our send button. I think I added an unclick listener somewhere. Here as a floating action button. So first things first, I want to get the message. Then also want to send, if you look at this message class, it has the sender ID, the message, and then the text, right? So the sender ID, you have to use our current ID, the current signed in user, so you can do mouth. Now, if you try to access this UID without user signing, your app is going to crash. That's why we did all those signing checking at the beginning. We also need the sender name. If you look at the constructor again, sender name. So defender name will be the display name. You know the one that's why we force the user to set a display name before doing anything. So you can now check. You just need to check if the text is empty, then there's no point. But if it's not empty, then we'll send. If it's empty, just let's just do if it's not empty. And it takes a couple of arguments. Sender ID, sender name, sender text. Make sure what you're passing matches. Once that is set, you can now do send message. Time is not on our side, so I have to hurry. So let's quickly view and see if our message will be sent to the backend. Remember, when you send message method, what it does is create an instance of the DB. You can take this out and make it lower. Now we do a collection. Now this collection, if it doesn't exist, if there's no collection like message, it's going to create it for us. But if there's a collection, it's going to send message. Just add a document to the collection, not add a message. Yeah, wait for it to run, so I'll show you what I mean by this message I've been saying since. Come to your console and prepare to send a message. Waiting for it to run. So why are you taking so long? Why are you taking so long? My laptop is getting bad. Like the grab is slow. I don't know. No, we need to do it. Okay, it's turning now. So I'll just show you the ad and then send. If you do that thing, you email me. Time is no longer on our side. We've used more than 1 hour. Hello world. Or you can download. When we finish, you can check out the master branch of the code to see the complete project, working with profile image and everything. So I've sent the project. I've sent the message. Let's see our console. Okay, message sent. See? Now let's check Firebase. Refresh. Just refresh. So you see, like I said, it created a collection for us, and this is our message. And this date sent objects, I will show you what this means. So I want to send a timestamp along. Now I want the server to give me a timestamp. So with Firebase, we can add, you see, it's currently null because I'm sending nothing. Now with Firebase, the server can add a timestamp to every document, so we'll know when this document was written. How do we do that? We okay, I just want to show you how to Google. Just learn how to Google is one of the essential skills as a beginner dev. You need to learn how to Google so you don't get stuck. Nah. So server it's called server timestamp. You do Firestore, you do Android. See how I put it. You don't have to do any long story, just straight to the point. I want to see the server timestamp is what I'm looking for. So most times the first link is Stack Overflow. I can show you how to do it. In short, let me show you how to do it. I know how to do it. I just want you guys to see. You just have to add an annotation here. Server timestamp. See? Yeah, but I want to show you guys how to Google all these things so you don't get stuck. One of the Excel skill every beginner needs to learn is how to Google. So you see, like I said, look for the one with check, copy it, just add this annotation to it, and you're good to go. Alt enter to import. Now let's reload and send again. You see, it gave us null. It gave us null here. Now with this annotation, it's going to give us a timestamp matching the current time the document was sent. So I'm going to rush. I'm going to be very fast now because there's no time is no longer on our side. Firebase is big. You can't even finish everything in a day. In Firestore alone, so you can't finish everything in a day. Let's send out the message and see. And look at our console log message sent. Come here, see the new document here. This one will get, see, date sent timestamp. This one was added to automatically by Firebase because of this thing. Alright, so we are sending message now. I want to read the message quickly. How do you read the message? I already have a recycler view set up, an adapter. You see the message adapter? Just a simple recycler view. See, I believe you know what recycler view is now. So when you're free, just go through this. There's really nothing here, nothing you can handle. Just your basic recycler view. I just added the adapter here. Where is it? Recycler view, just set adapter. Okay, okay, I've not done that. Let me initialize the recycler view quickly. Get the ID of the recycler view. Okay. Come here and do recycler view is assigned find view by ID of ID. Now it sets a layout manager. Passing a context. Then it's an adapter. So you initialize an adapter. You go to look for the constructor. Look at the constructor just takes in the ID of the current user. So come here. Constructor takes in sorry. Now this thing we are doing here now, sorry, is prone to fail. If we do it this way, now this activity will crash if there is no current user. So the safer option is to do it inside this our fetch message method. So this message is only called after we've ensured that the user is signed in. You can leave this one, and you can leave these two there. You can leave these two back here. Take this line and do this one here. Now we add the recycler view. We said dot right. Okay, so let's fetch our message. How do you fetch message? How do you fetch message? You read data. Just copy this. This DB is from this place. Remember we did this get instance, so let me just take it up here. So import your classes and delete everything here. So message out, remove one connection with messages dots. Now if you do dot get, it's going to get the document just once. But I want to listen to a document. Remember how you listen to document in real-time database now, where you are now getting updates. So I want to do dots snapshot listener. See, it has 4 or 5 overloaded methods. So I want this one. This one that takes an activity automatically remove this listener when our activity is killed. So you pass in this new snapshot, right? But new event listener. And I'll delete everything here. Now on events, you check the documents. First of all, you check if there's an exception. If this is null, it means there's no exception. E is not equal to null, it means something went wrong. Log. Yeah, it means nothing went wrong here. Now, like I said, we can write and read our Java classes directly. Firebase, it handles it for us. Unlike if you're on the platforms like Flutter, where you have to manually get it. In Android, you can read and write. So, but first of all, let's log and see. We do query snapshots get documents. It's a list of document snapshots. So you create. Now we can look through this. Let's look through it and output to the console. And do a console. Sorry, I code in a few languages, so I tend to confuse. Get I should get what, I just want to log something to the console. Okay, let's do it. Get, I have a field called text. Let's do get text. Right, that should be better. Right, let's refresh. Just add another log here. So I don't want this to enter. It's gone more than 1 hour already. So once we fetch the message, I'm going to stop here. Then feel free to check out the completed project. I'm going to show you how to view the completed project. But you might have to do a couple of things to get it to run on your system. Go to our Logout so you can see what is happening. See, fetching messages. You see the first one, hello world, second one, and the message. Perfect. It means our message are being fetched. So all you need to do now is convert this thing result to. You can directly convert the whole collection to the Java. Okay. Just pass in the class. I need to convert everything in Java. Okay. Now our adapter has a method called set data. It's in a list. So if we refresh now, we see if you see our message outputted false. See the first one, the second one. Hi there. Let's send another one first. Hi there. See, something strange is happening. Our message is getting truncated. I don't know if you notice. I think it's from the recycler view. But it's been updated on the terminal. So let me see if I can quickly fix that. Let's see. This works fine. I think it's something has something to do with the adapter. Okay, you know what? It's just going to confuse you the more. That is just a recycler view. But as you can see, the message is being printed. But if you put a space, it's getting truncated. If you join everything together, it works. So it means our adapter is not expanding. I think we can fix that now. See, yeah, I think it's from our adapter. Okay, let me quickly fix it. Adapter chat bubble. So I created two chat bubble, one for myself and one for that. So if you one for the current user, which shows on the right, and then the other one on the left. Okay, you know what? Let me log out and sorry, let me log in with another user so I can show you the other adapter. Then I'll try to fix. Okay, we need to create the account first, right? Oh, I think I created the account. Maybe I'll try to log. Okay, I didn't create the account. So this was a message from the other user. If I send mine now, see, the message is getting truncated and there's not enough time to fix it. Well, just let me see. If I check this and it's not it, then it's wrap content. This is wrap content. If I added the max line, I didn't add anything. So what might be the issue? when I did a console.log, everything was showing, right? Yes, everything was showing fully. Okay, let me just add a height to this and make it look big to see if it will work. See, like I said, it's getting truncated. Can you see it now? Yeah. So it means our something is forcing our message to the wall. See the width? This width needs to be wrap content. You should fix it. Let's fix this other one. See? Works like charm. So our width is getting it was from the chatbot I created. I believe that's all. Now you can go one step further to beautify this. For example, after you send the message, you want to clear. After you send the message, you want to clear the text. You can do message text but clear photo also. No, not text. Set text. It's passing an empty string. And then you hide the keyboard. I created a helper method here called hide keyboard. You can just call hide. Or not necessarily. Maybe you don't want to hide the keyboard after you send the text. But you definitely want to clear the text that is inside. So let's try this last. And then call it a day or a night, anyone. So if you have any questions, like I said, feel free to email me. Okay. Final message. So you can create as many users. This app will support as many users as possible. See? Now we are getting this. See, some is playing up, some down. We need to sort the message to get this to work. You can quickly do that by sorting. Let me just do that. I think I can do that. I think it's the time for that. Let me sort by timestamp. So here that we're fetching the message. Where's that? Yeah. Here you can do dots. Order by passing one of the names. You see these dates, one of the names in your Kojo class. Here. I want to order by date stamp. Now I want to now it's going to arrange the message. The most sent one will be on top. See? That's my alarm going off. Yeah, see the message here. So you can take this up one step further, beautify it. And now you can check out, see this one, this master branch. This master branch has the finished app with everything working. You can check it out. Um, but before you do, I don't know. We did Git. If you did Git before, just quickly add this Git add and then commit. Git commit. Now do a commit. Now you can check out the other one. If you don't commit and check out, your changes here will be wiped out. So keep that in mind. So just commit and then check out the code on master, the finished app on the master branch. So just check out the finished app on this branch. Uh, so here everything, I took my time to properly do everything. Even added image upload here. See image upload. We did Firebase. We did how to save file to Firebase for you now, so you should see what understand what's going on here. Okay, guys. Uh, I don't know. I think that should be all. If you have any question, feel free to email me. My email is in the beginning of this video. Oga Ima. Well, send me email to 7apps, 7 as in later. Let me show you my email. 7apps218 at gmail.com. Okay, send me an email here and I'll reply you immediately. Okay, I think that's all. Thank you for watching, and sorry for what happened on Saturday. So sorry about that. Okay, on that note, I think you can call it a day, right? Or a night, depending on what part of the world you are. All right, thank you, and see you some other time.